On the first day of shooting, I had to divide the players up into two teams. On this particular day, I was aware that Melody, Rose, and Rebecca would not be able to attend the first day of shooting, but they would be there during the 60-day quests. In the next 60 days, the players would be asked to attend 9 tapings. Now, if you remember, Melody Rose had a quest to raise $100,000 within the 60 days, so that made her the provider on her team. The next player had to be an artist, so I thought Shelley writing the play would be perfect for that role of the artist.
My quest is to finish the play, the full-length play that I started a couple years ago and had it completely finished by the end of the 60 days. The women in the team are incredibly beautiful, and they've got a history that you can see that they're passionate about, that some things that have been hard for them, and I think that that's so important because I think that we can all connect. Even though we all have very different experiences, there's definitely a shared pain between us. It's a very supportive group, and I think that it's a team that really is going to work hard toward helping each other in this quest and all of our quests.
So Shelley became part of a team that called themselves For Harmony. So now to balance out the teams, I had to put a provider and an artist on the other side. Since Rebecca was already the artist on the other team, which would eventually be known as the Bitchin' Badgers, I had to find another provider. But before I get into that, let's go over the rules of the 60-day quest. Each player earns a point for their team for showing up on time for each taping. Then they have to actively participate in the taping to get a second point for their team for that day. And then finally, the designated end time for each taping is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If the player stays until 2 o'clock, they get a third point for their team. Then finally, if the cast member successfully completes their quest within the 60-day time limit, they earn their team 10 points. The team with the most points at the end is designated Team Philadelphia.
But let's actually commit to something that's worth 60 days of our 60 days. Or if we're going to put all this effort in it, why don't we make a goal where we're really excited at the end that we achieve something very meaningful for our lives, for our families, for our community.
So to counterbalance Melody Rose, I put Ruth on the Bitchin' Badgers team. Now I don't know if this was mere coincidence or if they had talked beforehand, but Melody Rose and Ruth made the same dollar amount to be attained by the end of their quest.
My 60-day quest is to generate more than $100,000, but to be able to cut myself a personal check after expenses for me, Ruth Ann Wood, to have $100,000. I really liked the people that showed up today, and I liked the openness. I felt a little silly around some of the theater exercises, but I liked sitting up here speaking about different scenes in my life.
My goal is to be 50% raw vegan. I feel more relaxed with my teammates. They're in a lot of leadership positions or acting positions where they've done a lot of things in front of people, where I'm more of a private person, and I'm not as spontaneous, in front of a camera, and this is okay, I can do this. I like the people that I'm working with. They're fun, they're very creative, they're supportive, they're insightful, they're sensitive. I think that it was a good choice to be with this team. It worked out really well.
So Charlotte changed her quest to becoming 50% raw vegan, which I wasn't quite sure how to classify. It sounded like an every woman quest, but I wasn't sure yet.
My 60-day quest is to create an organization for teen girls that will help them realize who they really are and get confidence in who they are, that will give them skills that maybe they wouldn't get anywhere else, so that they're ready to conquer the world, and that will help them fight against all the negative images that they're given, the negative feelings from the rest of the world that girls really face today. So we have, I think, a good energy. None of us, I don't know, we've accomplished things maybe, but not, we all have so many big goals that we still want to reach.
So Kendra was getting closer to defining her quest. She wanted to start an organization to help teenage girls. The roles of teacher, lover, artist, provider, and every man and every woman was starting to dissolve. I couldn't box these ladies up in categories anymore.
My quest for the next 60 days is to reach at least 1,000 people and share with them the gift of healing and how no matter what life circumstances or what life brings you, you can get through it and you can heal and you can evolve forward as a spiritual being. I think we have a great team. It's quite amazing to me. I think there's a really great balance. Like there's a softness and a strength, and it seems to me that we were all meant to be together. It's like it feels really round and really whole. So today when we first started, I was not mentally or spiritually in a very good place at all. And what I got out of today was that doing the work and talking about it and letting the emotions out really helps, and I feel much, much better now.
My 60-day quest is to teach 20 women how to define what they want in life and how to overcome the obstacles they put in front of themselves. And I intend to do that by using my life as an example. So my 60-day quest is to define who I am and remove the blocks that I have.
So that I can teach.
So that I can teach 20 women how to do the same, how to remove their own blocks and how to define what they want and how to overcome the obstacles that they throw in front of themselves. It was wonderful. I think there's a lot of things that, I think that we could work very well together. We're sort of all on the same level, I think. So everybody is just a lot of good energy. I think it's really going to be a great team.
So there you have it, 2 teams, For Harmony and the Bitchin' Badgers. I feel like I'm doing commentary for a sport. It seemed like the For Harmony team was a little more mature and a little more established, while the Bitchin' Badgers were the young upstarts. Differences aside, we were now ready to play the game. This portion of Destiny 5 was brought to you by artist Rebecca Higgins. Check out her website at www.rebeccahiggins.com.